Following on from the previous video where we edited the topography XREF externally, i.e. in a separate drawing file outside of the current host drawing, what we're going to do this time is we're going to update an in-place XREF. We've got topography here and you can see it's loaded up and you can see the gap there between the foundation XREF and the topography XREF. So I'll just hit escape there just to deselect it. I'm going to pan and zoom so that we can see the difference between those two XREFs. So you can see, look, the orange line there represents the excavation line on the topography XREF file. The grey line here represents the footprint foundation, the concrete. Now what we've got to do is expand that concrete base, that raft foundation, out to the excavation line, because we're extending the walkway that goes up to the steps that goes to the entrance of the building. So we need to edit that in place. So if I go to the Insert tab first, there's my reference panel here. Now what I can do here is very, very easy. I can click on the down arrow here and I can edit a reference like so. That'll then ask me to select the reference to edit and I can click there and the reference edit comes up. Okay, I can do it that way. If I click on cancel, there's another way I can do it. I can select the reference and the ribbon changes for me and I can click edit reference in place like that. Exactly the same dialog box asking me to reference edit the footprint foundation. Again, I'm going to click on cancel. The quickest way to do this, and it is really, really the quickest way, is to make sure that your reference is deselected. Mine was selected then, so I've just hit escape to deselect it. It's to literally put the crosshair over the reference edge like that, double click, and there's your reference edit. Literally 2 clicks and you're in the dialog box that you need. So if I now click on OK, what'll happen now is I get all my edit reference tools pop up on the ribbon there. You can see that. Now it depends on which part of the ribbon you've got open. I've got the Insert tab open, which is slightly shorter. So my edit reference tools can fit on the end of the ribbon. Depends on what you're using as a resolution as well. Normally you'll have a lot more screen real estate than me, so you won't ever have that issue. But they do sometimes get squished up and then have a little fly out menu that you can click on, like the reference panel there, the arrow. So just be aware of that. So what we need to do is we need to edit this reference here. Now the lovely thing is when you click on the reference file itself in the edit reference mode like this, you get the polyline that the reference is made up from. So what I can do now is I can literally, working with my grips here, just click, drag, use my object snap so I can still snap to anything outside of the edit reference mode as well. So all I've got to do is just work with my grips, tidy it up, bring it down to each snap point. Very, very easy to do, like that. And I'm editing all of this in place. I might as well just take that down onto that point there like that. Job done. So that's all been edited. So if I hit escape now, you can see that all lines up neatly with the excavation line of the reference underneath. This is the benefit of having those faded XREFs as per the settings up here, the XREF fading, because I can now see the outstanding XREF that I'm working on and the topography XREF is faded underneath. So if I save the changes to that now and say OK to that, that all updates and both my references now are in sync. So you can see there that I've updated an in-place XREF without having to come out of my current host drawing. So that's the other way that you can update an XREF in AutoCAD.